Hello again. Welcome back to another video on the channel. How many times am I gonna adjust my chair? Why can't I just sit down, have the ability? Yeah, we're dumb, adjusting the chair too much. But welcome back to the channel. Back again. Look at the rating. 1650. On the road to 2000, but the next milestone is 1700 elo. How have we hit a roadblock is the question. But let's believe. Never doubt yourself, always believe. So let's hop into the game. See if we can win, or see if we'll cry. That is the question. A guy from Uruguay. That is, I think that's the first time I've ever played somebody from there. But anyway, let's not waste time. We have to hop into the game. Scandinavian. Why would you decline it? That's what they usually like to play. Usually when this kind of thing happens, I just push the pawn and say, you can have all the pawn. Modern, is this the Portuguese gambit? I'm not 100% certain. But anyway, what I like to do is just, develop like a normal person. Castle like a normal person. Heck, sometimes I like even kicking the bishop first, because the knight is blocking. And then we'll put this bishop here. With the idea, because he's going to snap take it. And then we can open the rook file for nothing. Or not. Well, I'm not going to give him the option, so you either take it or don't. So, we'll see. Or he's going to take the knight, which would be very annoying. But I think he's going to take the bishop because all the grandmasters say, oh, the bishop pair is so strong. Well, we shall see. Is it as strong as the people say? Oh, that was a bad move. No, I was supposed to go here. Oh, no. That is bad. Now we're pinned. That's going to be a big problem. Yeah, so now I'm going to have to waste a move putting my queen back here. That's unfortunate. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay. These kids love just poking at us. But I'm not going to move my queen off of the line. Yeah, you know how I feel about the Scandinavian. This guy is going to do anything to keep his pieces here. So let's just develop like a normal person. There's no pin. Not yet. And if he does go for it, then I want to go here, but the knight defends. Could bring the rook here, but then we leave ourselves on the pin. I want to go here, but I just don't feel like that's a good idea, opening up our own file for no reason. They say that giving the bishop here is a bad idea, but I really don't like this guy. I kind of want to go here. Is this a bad break? Maybe put this rook here first and then do that. A lot of times what you'll see with the Scandinavian is that it ends up being a draw, which is very common. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go here so I can open the file up a little while still protecting this pawn. It's kind of a lot of lollygagging, but every time somebody plays the Scandinavian against me, I find it kind of difficult to find good attacking ability. Like, obviously there's always pawn pushing, but sometimes, you push your pawns too far and then they just get crushed. And a lot of the times you also see that, the only problem with pushing this is that you create an isolated pawn, which is in almost all cases bad. An option here is to push this I think this is actually fine. There's no takes because takes. And no takes because this takes. So I think this is honestly a fine move. I'm going to push this. Oh, knight and rook defend. So he's going for that. And he's doing what I said could be a problem. But there's not really a big issue. If he pushes the pawn, then this one dies. He might put the... Yeah, he's chasing down the bishop. Not really that big of a deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this. Maybe open up. Because he's just... I understand what he's doing. He's just playing fast for the heck of it. But, you know. I don't want to let him get an outside passer, because those are kind of hard to stop. So we're going to take that way. And also this also helps so I can push this without ever having to worry about my queen guarding this pawn. So, ooh, that is a risky move. We do have a unfortunate isolated pawn. But I think that was just going to happen. There is this discovery, but I'm like, what are we going to do with that? So I think let's poke him. Yeah, let's poke the queen. There's no pawn takes because the queen dies. There's no takes because the rook takes. So he has to make a decision. Whoa, that is a risky move. He's going to have to be very careful here. Yeah, so I think that loses a pawn if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to take here. When you guys are playing, always make sure that knights don't interfere. Always be cognizant of where knights can go. And even I make this mistake a lot, by the way. What you'll find is that, okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to go back here. This pawn is protected, so nothing to worry about. He's going to go there. Lots of options. Could go here. Just keep poking the queen until we get something, which is always a plan. Always a plan. Don't want to leave any piece undefended here. So I'm thinking just go here. But yeah, as I was saying, always be cognizant of where knights can go. Because, you know, if he goes here, he blunders a fork. Goes there, he blunders a fork. Oh, well, the queen dies. There's a lot of tricky. And he blundered it. That's sad. Yeah. And like I said, always be careful where the knights can go. Otherwise, you're going to hang stuff like this. And this is why I say, is the bishop pair really that much stronger? I feel like, yes, in a sense of, you know, how strong pieces are as a whole. They're stronger because they take up more space, but they're not as tricky. They're straight fire. You can always see where they're directly firing. A lot of times it's hard to calculate, oh, where's the knight going to go, right? So it's a tricky business. I do believe we can sack, and then after takes, wait, can we sack here? I was thinking sack. Sack here, and then after takes, we can take the queen. But can he take the rook? But after we take... Wait, let me calculate. I think I might be cooking. I was thinking sack the knight. He has to take with the queen. We take back. If he takes the rook, can we go somewhere to save it? I mean, it's a queen. Wait. I'm having trouble calculating. What is wrong with me? I wanted to go here, and then after takes, we take. And then if he tries to take with the rook, Can we just go back home? And it's... I think I'm going to play it. Yeah, I think... I don't know if it wins material, but I think it works as a trade. Oh, he just let the rook die. I mean, okay. He just said, okay. I mean, that's very interesting. I'll give him this. He's not letting up. What to do? I want to put the rooks on the same file. I don't want to blunder this check. There's this check. You go here, and there's this check which loses the rook. He goes here, and then the check loses. Let's put the queen and the rook on the same file. I feel like this is better. Let's do that. You always got to be careful. When your rooks are separated and your opponent has a queen or a bishop of any sort, you always have to be aware of checks. Although we could just bring the rook back, actually. Or can we? Wait, no, because our queen's there. It's not on the same line. So yeah, always be careful of that. Be aware. Now I'm thinking here almost immediately. Forces a queen trade. Okay, nice. So we're going to take that way. And then, okay. He resigned. Did I miss something? Yeah, it takes, and then, life is simple. 2 rooks versus 2 bishops. I don't know if I would have resigned. I probably would have, honestly, but, it's not ever over. It's only a 5-point game. A pawn and what? I don't know. But yeah, that's why I say, don't listen to the grandmasters, because at their level it matters, right? Because they're very cognizant, obviously, where the knights can go. But at our level, knights are tricky pieces. Anybody who's not a GM, who's not a title player, pretty much is going to be able to see all of that. But yeah, there's also going here, But I think there's some checks that can be pretty annoying. But I didn't really care. Should I play another game, or should we just keep today chill? That is the question. That game was a pretty long game, I'd say. Learning how to maneuver the knights. Yeah, I think we'll end it there, actually. But yeah, always definitely lesson of the day. I do this all the time. I blunder that all the time. Actually, I don't think there was. Okay. Anyway, I blunder that all the time. Always be careful where the knights can go. They're very tricky pieces. Especially when there are 2 of them on the board and you don't have opposing knights. When you don't have opposing knights that can stop 2 knights, they can become very problematic, especially when they link up with each other and guard each other. It makes things very annoying. So I've always been like, I kind of like the knights more than the juicers, the bishops. They're kind of pretty strong. They're tricky. I said like 15 times there. Is that like the only word in my vocabulary? Whatever. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And always be aware of the nightmares. Goodbye. When I say nightmares, I mean the nights, The nightmare. Funny, right? Yeah.